man. So peep this clip right here from my live stream and make sure that you have my notification bells turned on so you always updated with the latest and greatest content, dog. Do y'all know who this guy is? Johnathan Dupiton. He's a popular podcaster. He has a Rich and Unemployed podcast. All right, so you guys may have seen clips like this right here. Let me see if I can pull this up.
You wanna watch a movie before you leave? You said you was hungry.
I am hungry.
Let me feed you.
Feed me what?
Food. What was you expecting?
You can feed me.
What you want?
Ask whatever.
So basically, long story short, he had a podcast that was getting popular around the time where there was a lot of relationship content on social media, a lot of relationship podcasts. It wasn't manosphere content because he would deal with a lot of girls that was like that you wouldn't want. I ain't even gonna say that because he had a lot of hoes on the podcast. Like Johnny Blaze, y'all know she's a hoe. Y'all know she's a hoe. Shout out to Johnny Blaze because she's trying, but she's still a hoe though. But it was a lot of people that he would do content with like that. So that was like the manosphere thing. They would tell men how to behave, how to get women, things of that sort. But at the same damn time, a lot of content would be with these chicks that OnlyFans models or IG models and things of that sort. So he was popping around that time. He was gaining a lot of traction, especially when the manosphere was really, really killing it. But since then, the manosphere has kind of tailored off. Even the people that's within the manosphere, they aren't doing specifically that type of content anymore because they've been clapping pages, clapping channels. But I just know I haven't seen this dude's content that much anymore. All right, I haven't seen it that much now. And he had this thing called Rich and Unemployed. So he was known for having a fraud ring or doing some fraud in the past and doing some years for it. But it comes out that he has been arrested recently for fraud, and people are like surprised because they didn't know where he's been. So it says the podcast world is on fire at the feds reportedly picked up well-known podcaster Johnathan Dupiton, the voice behind the popular Rich and Unemployed podcast, an alleged $10 million fraud case. All right. So it says beginning on or about July 27th, 2020, and continuing through or on about April 30th, 2021, in the Northern District of Georgia and elsewhere, the defendants, Johnathan Dupiton, aka Anthony Watts, Kadir Williams, Emmanuel Dupiton, and Cameron Bell, did knowingly and willfully conspire, confederate, agree, and have a tacit understanding with each other and others unknowingly to the grand jury to knowingly devise and intend to devise a scheme and artifice to defraud and to obtain money and property, namely unemployment insurance benefits by means of materially false and fraudulent pretenses, representations and promises, and by the omission of material facts, well knowing and having reasons to know that said pretenses were and would be false and fraudulent. Oh, this sound like the unemployment schemes during the pandemic. This is exactly what that is. Oh. This is the pandemic fraud. It got to be that because a lot of people is doing unemployment fraud. Oh, okay. So, damn. So, this is an unfortunate situation. Like, I heard this story. And with him telling the story, I was hoping that, dude would find his footing doing the entertainment shit. Because he said that he went down for fraud in the past. He speaks on it right here.
My name is Johnathan Dupiton, and I went to federal prison for aggravated identity theft, wire fraud, mail fraud, food stamp fraud. I'm very, very ambitious, and I thought...
Elaine, you crazy saying homie lived up to the name, though. I was thinking the same thing. Rich and Unemployed, I was thinking the same thing. Goddamn.
Why not expand the business? At that point, I think I was making about $50,000 a month.
So he had a restaurant or a convenience store, and it was with a lady that had his last name. I don't know if it was his wife or a family member, And then he said he was making $50K a month, and then he started to expand to make more money, I guess.
$50,000 a month, easily. So I thought about, okay, if I can just hire more people, get more stores, I can make way more money. My goal was to make $250,000 a month. So what I started doing was I started hiring people. I knew what it took. I had my own operation going on. I had, somebody typing the names. I had somebody doing the IDs.
So basically what happened is he kind of made himself hot. Because it says, They raided his residence in connection to everything, and then they allegedly claimed that they had been tracking him for a while, monitoring transactions, bank accounts, and even content from his podcast. While fans are still in disbelief, critics say that the flashy lifestyle was a red flag from the start. Many are asking, was it really motivation or manipulation all along? I don't know. Who knows? But he would have like a nigga on there. I remember there was a dude named Scam Likely on this shit. I would pass by and see it. But they were just openly talking, like making content for scammers, like just speaking on it. But like I said, I was hoping that dude was going to turn his life around, because I did see this pop up. Like, he would have videos like this. I was thinking, he ain't gonna be doing that shit no more.
It's a new year, man. I know I got a lot of niggas that's in the field. I know I got a lot of niggas in the field that watch my podcast. A lot of niggas in the trenches. A lot of niggas sell drugs, scamming. A lot of niggas that's outside, you know what I'm saying, that's making their money illegally and trying to go to the legit side. And I got a message for you, because as you know, my nigga, I've been in your shoes. I've been there before, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna come on here claiming I'm just the goddamn the streetest of the street niggas. That ain't what I claim to be. That's not what I strive to be. I don't give a fuck about having that title. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I did my dirt, nigga. I came up, nigga. I moved on. But what I'm trying to say is, you know how much mental intelligence it takes to sell drugs and have an operation, nigga, and to not get caught?
Gemini Bala was good, homie. Yeah, I thought he was out of the game. If this is true, hopefully it ain't true, but it's a fair charge.
Same amount of focus, time, and energy, nigga, it take with this legit stuff. I never imagined in my life that
they say he must be Southern. That suit is flashy, but it's kind of fly. He is Zoe. That's that Zoe shit.
I would not be doing illegal shit. I always thought like I was gonna be thinking like a criminal, because I've been a criminal all my damn life. That
happened.
And what I learned from doing that illegal shit, all it took was focus. All it needed was a plan, focus, and determination. That's all it took. And you know what it's taking with this podcast? Do you know what it takes to create this podcast and content, and how my shit is going through the roof? Focus, dedication. It's the same recipe.
So as I'm thinking about this shit, he probably did. When was this released? Let me see. January 6th, 2023. And the indictment says, let me go back to the indictment. So this was going on, the conspiracy, the mail fraud and wire fraud conspiracy was from July 27, 2020 to August 30th, 2021. So he probably, if this is true, if he was for sure doing it, he probably did change his life after running up one last lick in his mind. One last lick, let me get right. Because this video over here, we talking over here, is 2 years after this point, when obviously the feds don't have any strong evidence to include anything past this date. They going back and getting him from something from 4 years ago. Niggas thought they was good, huh?
It's the same recipe, bruh.
What's a Zoe, a Haitian?
And you probably trying to figure out what the man, I'm trying to transition over to this legit shit, bro. I'm trying to do real estate. I'm trying to get into tech. I'm trying to flip some cars. I'm trying to do this credit shit. I'm trying to do XYZ. You gotta put your back against the wall. You gotta sink that ship. You gotta tell yourself that, you know what, I'm done. You gotta
that gotta be sick though. Dude think he allegedly, if this shit is true, but to think that you really made it out, you probably did one last lick for a short amount of time, because around that time, during the pandemic, they called that the bandemic. So a lot of people was running up a lot of licks, hitting a lot of plays, a lot of joints. So niggas thought they was good. I see it on Facebook all the time, like, damn, I should have, all these people that was doing the joints, doing the plays, scamming around the time for the pandemic, they still out here free. I should have did the same thing too. Next time it come up, something like that happen, I'm gonna do the same thing too. So around that time, it was a lot of people doing it, and they felt like they got away with it. If this is similar, like I'm saying, it's the time frame. I don't know exactly. He probably thought he was good. He out here giving this speech, telling niggas how to lead the game, and then next thing you know, years later, they come back for you when you probably really was done.
Wake up one day, you just can't plan like, okay, you know what, 3 months from now I'm gonna be done. Because
is he in jail? I think that he hasn't been posting himself. I don't know if he's been posting himself, but all the traffic for his page, his platform slowed down like crazy. But it was really 10 months ago when I really see the drop as far as him posting. But within the past, it hasn't been consistent, so he may be in jail. But they said February 25th is when they put the indictment out, and also all the arrest paperwork was put out. It's been a lot of things that's been sealed for his indictment too. I did look it up, but yeah, I think February 25th is when he was arrested. I don't know if he's still in custody right now. May or may not be.
the 3 months come, you ain't gonna be done. You ain't gonna be ready. The money's still gonna be coming in. You gotta wake up one day like, you know what? I'm done. Quit. I'm gonna figure something else out. And with the same mental capacity, you gonna figure something out. When you're back against the wall, you gotta think about when you had nothing. Because we all came to that position in life where we had to start over. When we had nothing, when we had zero, and look at you now, winning, shining.
You know, let me go ahead and move on to the next story though. But if it is a situation where he thought he had one last lick or something, that's really unfortunate that 4 years later they come back onto you, especially if he did change his life past that point, because it was in 2021. That's all the feds are talking about from 2020 to the beginning, April 2021. And to come back at this time, if he really turned a new leaf, that's sick. That his niggas stomach must be hurting right now. But goddamn, dog. Hey, if I see some more things, I'll follow up on this situation. But that shit tough, man.